So these are the two holes that I'm going to be repairing in my home. And I've been to the hardware store, to Lowe's, and I've picked up a few different things. Here, a repair kit. It's a kit that has everything you need to repair a hole. This is a high-strength small hole repair kit. So let's get started. Okay, what we're going to first start doing is when you need to take off any loose ends, loose fibers, and so forth of the holes. So here you got this. Just take that down. This is a piece of kind of like a sandpaper and a sponge that came with the kit. And you're just going to clean off the area of the hole. Now on the first hole, I've got this patch, and these patches are there's adhesive patches that they're like a big band-aid that's going to go right over the hole. You put that on, and it's got this mesh. You can see the mesh in there. That's going to help. And you want to get it all on there really good and tight. Okay, and it's got a hard metal type of a surface in there, and it's covering up, or plastic in this one, it's covering up the hole very nicely. Pressed in good, okay? And now you're ready to get the spackle on. Okay, I've gone and put the other patch on both, so patches are on both holes. We're gonna put the spackle on and spread it using this tool that came with the kit. Okay, the spackle, it comes in the tub. Okay, when you're working in your apartment, when your apartment is going to be covered by the landlord being able to replace and repair the normal activities of your appliances, your sinks, your plumbing, and so forth. But when you put a hole in the wall, that's going to be your deal. And remember, one of the things you want to do when you're done, when you move out of that apartment, is to be able to get your security deposit back. With holes like this in the wall, you will not get all of that security deposit, and you want to make sure that that's done so you're keeping up with your maintenance in your apartment. Okay, that's a very important thing to learn in this lesson, is to stay on top of your maintenance, protect that security deposit, because you want to be able to get that back. Because when you move into a new apartment, they're going to be asking for a security deposit also, and then you'll just be able to transfer that. Okay, so let's put the spackle on. Okay, so you've got your tub, just hold it in one hand, and then your spatula in the other, your trowel, and you're going to just get a big lump of it, and you're going to just put it over it. And it's going to work into that mesh, and it'll become part of your wall. Okay, I've got the first one done, and I'm starting on the second, and you'll see that it's kind of rough, but that's what the sandpaper's for. It'll take you want to let it dry and set for about 24 hours. And let's get this second one done, and then we'll take a look at it. Okay, here we are with two patched holes, and it looks kind of rough, but it will be sanded tomorrow after it's dried for 24 hours, and then we will be able to paint it. So we have painting to do and some sanding to do, and then we'll be done, and no more holes. All right. Hello, welcome back. It's the next day, and we are going to sand our patch. Everything is really solid in there, and so I think we've got a good thing going. So we're just gonna sand it. This isn't the best sandpaper that came with the kit, but we will sand it, and we'll be right back. Okay, well, we're back, and it has been dried and sanded, And now I'm getting it prepped to paint. It's all prepped, ready to paint. I've got tape down to protect the baseboards, and that's called painter's tape. And then I'm just going to start painting, okay? So I've got the first hole somewhat painted, and I'm using a sponge brush because that's what I had, and it works just fine. You can see I can put paint on that tape and not worry about it getting on the baseboard and getting down into that edge. Okay. Maybe should have I could have put tape up here by the wall bracket also, but I didn't. And so you're just gonna paint, give it a good coat, and good amount of paint on it. It was nice that we had some of the same paint that we used in the wall on all of our walls in the past, so it'll match. Okay, so that'll dry, and as it dries, it'll dry more of the color of the other walls that you see, and that's about it. I might put a little bit more paint on it, but that's 2 holes that started in the wall, and they're no longer there. Okay. It's important to fill in the holes in the wall, because those holes can cost you dearly when you move out, and you don't want to. You want to make sure that you get your security. And I'm going to show you one other thing before we finish this series. Okay, something I noticed while I was in here working on these walls is that here we had some pictures or something hanging on the wall, and those nails were removed when we took the furniture out, and we don't want that left like that. So while I've got the paint, I am going to just patch these holes, and again, this doesn't take a whole lot. Where are we? Just a little bit. We'll cover that hole up, and all of these holes. I'm famous for making lots of holes because it wasn't quite even or what have you, and so I'll try and everything, and so now those little holes are good to go, and that's about it. Okay, minor maintenance keeps your home